Hello, my Aquarius rising besties. Welcome to your May horoscopes. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the most important events, astrological events of the month, and telling you what to expect and when they are. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to pull a card as advice for the month of May. So let us begin. We're going to start by pulling up your chart. And then, we're going to start Monday, May 1st. This is when Pluto stations retrograde and there's a Mercury cazimi. So it's a pretty active first day of the month. So Pluto stations retrograde in Aquarius, in your first house. And you're going to likely experience some level of subtle transformation in how you see yourself or how you present yourself to the world. Again, it may be very, very subtle. Pluto is very small and microscopic. So this is a time of shedding old habits and embracing more of your true identity. And you might find yourself changing your style, taking on new hobbies, adjusting your mindset, some sort of change, basically. Pluto just wants you to become the most authentic version of yourself, right? Okay, also, same day, Monday, May 1st, we have the Mercury cazimi. Mercury retrograde conjoins the sun at 11 degrees Taurus. And so a Mercury cazimi in your fourth house is like a burst of mental energy that is focused on your home, your house, your foundation, or your family life. You'll probably find yourself with blessings or good luck with these matters, or having more in-depth conversations with family members, maybe tackling household projects, and considering a move even. It's also a great time to plan family gatherings, or sort out any family-related paperwork. So overall, this cazimi will most likely help you receive a download or upgrade with your foundation, and you'll feel a lot more connected and organized. So I'm excited for May 1st for y'all. I hope that if you're watching this after May 1st, you comment and let me know what happened, because it's a very interesting mixture of things that are I'd say they're kind of good personally, but that's just me. Okay, moving on. Friday, May 5th. That's our next event we're looking at. This is the lunar eclipse at 14 degrees Scorpio. And so there is a lunar eclipse happening in your 10th house. And you can expect some big changes in your career or your public image over the next 6 months. You might be reevaluating your career goals, seeking a promotion, or just changing jobs entirely. It's a time to let go of any aspects of your professional life that aren't serving you anymore and embrace new opportunities. It's not a big deal to grow and change, right? It's a chance for a fresh start, though, in your career and your public reputation and the roles that you take on. So, again, with eclipses, things don't necessarily happen that day. They unfold over the next 6 months or so. So you can expect these shifts to come up around then. But this is also, a full moon is a significant time, benchmark time of release as well. So you could use this full moon to release things. I know I say not to use eclipses for manifesting, which is true unless I look at your chart and I can see that it's usable. But what it's always useful for is letting go, because generally it doesn't matter how it's let go, right? If we want to let it go, it doesn't really matter how. If it matters how, don't try and let go for an eclipse. But generally, I don't know, maybe that's just my personal opinion. Letting go, it doesn't really matter how it goes. But you're going to be letting go of one era of your career and starting to work towards a new era. And they happen at the same time. All right, moving on. Sunday, May 7th. We have Venus entering Cancer. And so Venus will be entering your 6th house. And Venus in your 6th house is going to make your daily life a lot more pleasant, to be honest. It's going to make your work life a little bit easier. It brings a sweet touch to your daily routines and just your work life. You might find that your coworkers are a little bit more pleasant, or you're able to create a more harmonious working environment. Maybe you quit your job and now your daily routine is a lot more harmonious. It's also a great time to focus on self-care and like finding a skincare routine that makes you glow, or discovering a new workout that you actually enjoy. Your overall work-life balance could improve with Venus entering Cancer, or you could just enjoy your daily routine more. This is also good, a good transit for getting a new pet or hanging out with your pets. All right, and then a week later, on Sunday, May 14th, Mercury stations direct at 5 degrees Taurus. So Mercury will be stationing direct in your 4th house, and you will notice improved communication, improved clarity, especially with your home, foundation, and family life. So any previous misunderstandings or things that needed to be untangled will likely be resolved around this time, making for a much more harmonious atmosphere. This is a great time to finalize home-related decisions or home-related plans like renovations, moving, or family events. Overall, you're going to feel a lot more connected and in control of your home life. Okay, next, we're going to talk about my favorite aspect of the month, of the year, actually. We have Tuesday, May 16th, Jupiter enters Taurus, and that is going to be for about 12 months. Jupiter stays in a sign for around a year. And Jupiter in Taurus, why do I love Jupiter in Taurus so much? It's because Jupiter expands things. And so when Jupiter enters Taurus, it will expand Taurus qualities, which are Venetian. I love Venus, okay? So Jupiter expanding Venus things is just gold, okay? So, Jupiter entering your 4th house can definitely bring expansion to your home life, and you might experience a lot of luck and growth in your living situation or with your family or your foundation. And this is over the next 12 months. So a lot of good things happening at home with Jupiter in Taurus. You'll probably, if you're moving or if you're planning an event, it's probably going to be like the best place you lived or the best event you've planned, because Jupiter in Taurus is just lit, okay? If you want to try and think about the last time Jupiter was in Taurus, think about 12 years ago. That was the last time Jupiter was in Taurus. All right. But with that being said, when Jupiter enters Taurus, it immediately squares off with Pluto in Aquarius. So although there's expansion happening with your home life, there are maybe some power dynamics in your personal life that you have to work through. You might experience some sort of tension around your personal goals and your self-image. So balancing your desire for personal growth with your foundational needs is key during these couple of days where the squares is happening. It's only a couple days. You know, Jupiter will be in Taurus for 12 months, and we'll be experiencing this Pluto square for a couple days. So it's not that big of a deal, but something to be aware of for the ingress. Next, I want to talk about the new moon in Taurus on Friday, May 19th. It's at 28 degrees Taurus, and this is a new moon in your 4th house. So this is a signal of a fresh start with your home life, your family life. This could mean making changes with your living situation. It could be moving, it could be redecorating or establishing new home routines. It's a great time, a great new moon to set intentions around your ideal home environment and nurturing your relationships with family members also. So this is a great time to light a candle to help manifest something related to your foundation and embrace your opportunity for new beginnings with your home life for this new moon. Okay, now I want to talk about one of the more challenging transits of the month, and this is when Mars enters Leo on Saturday, May 20th. So Mars will be entering your 7th house, which brings a lot more energy into your one-on-one dynamics. So Mars enters your 7th house and it's a malefic, so it can bring challenges and confrontations in relationships. It brings energy, so you have more energy to do things, but at the same time, with the more energy, the more activity, can come more challenges also. That's just how statistics work. So whether the issues are romantic or business related, you might find yourself having a little more arguments or having to fight for your stance, dealing with power struggles, and needing to assert yourself more. And this is the case pretty much immediately, Saturday, May 20th, and like a couple days after. And then after we pass that opposition with Pluto, things will get a lot chiller and a lot more freight train-like in the productivity department. So things could majorly start to improve with your social life, with your partnership. Also, you could just be, when Mars moves into your 7th house, you could just be interacting with martial people more often for the next couple weeks. So dealing with people who are confrontational, dealing with people, athletes, dealing with just people who are high energy, people who are annoyed. You'll probably notice people being annoyed more often. Maybe your partner, if you're in a partnership with somebody, your partner's life might get a little bit busier. So with that being said, being in more contact with martial types of people, it's definitely important to address issues head on at this time. You're like supported in that for sure. Just remember to be patient. I know you will be. You're Aquarius rising. You're very patient. Overall, Mars entering your 7th is definitely a transit that promotes growth and resilience in your relationships. I saw this TikTok the other day that was talking about if you do not have conflict at all in your relationships, you have no intimacy. You have no intimacy without conflict. And I thought that was so true. And that is a good lesson to learn from Mars entering Leo. You might also just be a lot more physical with your partner at the time. And again, coming into contact more with martial types, even men, more men, dealing with more men. That's Mars in your 7th house. Okay. Last thing I want to talk about is Sunday, May 21st. That's when Gemini season begins. So the sun enters your 5th house and puts a really fun spotlight on your love life, your creative stuff, and any ways that you express yourself. You'll feel a lot more energized and inspired to take risks and try new things and put yourself out there, whether it's in romance or just showing off your talents, showing off your skills. It's a great time to dive into any creative projects, to plan fun dates, or just enjoy life's little pleasures. So this begins a fun season for y'all. Gemini is your silly goose season, okay? Gemini season is your silly goose season. Let's see what the card says for the month of May. The Princess of Autumn. So this princess is very studious, very responsible, but at the same time, she's cheerful. She's mischievous. It's a card about happy news that's related to your career. It's autumn, so it's material. She has a bunch of books out. She's learning. It's definitely good for your career. It's good for promotions. It's good for scholarships. It's good for well thought out plans that go perfectly, but maybe needing a little bit of a push to get going. So things to consider for this month. And that's what we have. If you want more astro knowledge or info, you can go ahead and check the link in my description. Head to my website. I have an amazing Discord community where we talk about astrology, tarot, all things magic. I also do weekly horoscopes and monthly horoscopes for my members. So, thank you so much for being here. Comment below if you have any questions, and I will see you next time.